G'day world, Macca Ridden coming to you live from Mapleton for Myriad 2018, and this is proudly brought to you by Everledger and Invest Sunshine Coast. So we're here today with Steve Huff. How you doing this morning?
Good. How you going, Macca?
Yeah, doing really well.
Cool.
Beautiful spot, huh?
Oh, this is brilliant. What a great spot.
So how long did you come here for the sunrise?
No, I didn't get in for the sunrise. Just got in for early morning coffee, and yeah, it's been awesome.
So you're all caffeined up, ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. So you're the CEO of ipug.
Yep.
Give us a little bit of a rundown of what is ipug.
Okay, so ipug's a digital health company. We primarily focus on prevention and public health. So we work primarily in the U.S. market. So we work with governments, state, national government, local governments to help them deploy public health campaigns. So instead of putting a campaign up on a billboard or running a television campaign where you might engage 2% of the population, you can engage them 80% of the time. We can put that on a mobile device. We use machine learning, artificial intelligence, and then gamification to keep people engaged in that campaign. So we can engage 40-50% of the population at 80% of the time. And then we can also then track that change in knowledge and behavior change and provide data to the government. So it's a data play, it's a public health play, and we use AI, machine learning, and gamification. So that's really what ipug is.
Amazing. So give us a little bit of background on how you got involved with ipug. And so you're behind the scenes of how you got started.
Yeah.
What's your profession before ipug?
Right. Well, this is my my maybe 11th or 12th tech startup out of the Sunshine Coast. My first company was back in 2001 called Typify, which was the first company at the Innovation Center, the incubator in the Sunshine Coast. And since then, I've rolled out a number of tech startups, and so my specialty has really been in taking new technology to market and typically developing the tech profile, bringing on the funding, and then looking at the U.S. market as our focus. So Australia is an awesome place to develop tech. It's insanely cool. There's great talent here. There's a great ecosystem now with Queensland government really focusing on an entrepreneurial community and putting resources into it. It's amazing. But we also find that our best market has been the U.S. So my background is helping to take technology into the U.S. market.
Okay, so give us a little bit of in-depth insight on the process and the struggles of going global.
Okay, so really it's about a couple of key things. Like any startup tech company, you have to understand what your core business is. And remember that the only oxygen you have as a startup tech company is money. Yeah. So you have to be able to secure funding, whether that's through grants or through, sweat equity is great, but eventually you're going to need money to move into the U.S. The old adage when I first started taking companies in the U.S. is it would cost $1 million at least to launch a company in the U.S. But now with social media and good partnerships, which is critical, finding good partners that can take you to the next level, because you can only take your tech and what you can do so far. So it's getting other people to take you to that next level. So funding's important, partnerships are important, really clear understanding of who you're going to target. The U.S. is massive. I like to think of it as 7 distinct economic zones. So where are you going to hang out? Are you going to hang out in California, which is the 5th largest economy in the world or something, or 15th or whatever, I don't know, it's huge. Or are you going to hang out in New York? Are you going to hang out on the East Coast? Are you going to be in the Midwest? Where's your market? Where do they hang out? Or is it an online market? And they're all over. But then understanding your demographic and understanding how they purchase and why they purchase. Yeah. So really it's the core things you would normally do, but finding the right partners when you get over there. There's some great organizations. The Queensland has a trade commissioner based in Texas, in Houston. And there's a trade office there. They'll help you. Austrade helps. There's great expat organizations that help Australian companies get into the market and really develop that network. The other thing is you have to be on the ground. You have to be there. You can't just do it here. So you have to go do your network, develop your market, and be on the ground. So I live at Coolum, but I spend 2 weeks a month in New York and 2 weeks a month in Coolum.
Okay.
and that's what you got to do.
Yeah. So sort of putting up with those sacrifices to make sure everything's done smoothly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And building the right team when you're not there.
Yeah. So how's the process of creating the right team?
Well, it's a challenge. It's just like, talent is everywhere, but finding the right talent that's right for you is always a challenge. It doesn't matter whether you're on the coast or in the States or wherever you are. So you have to find people that share your vision, that are passionate about what you do. That's one of our big things is that Lyndon, my co-founder, and I, when we talk to people about what we do, and if they glaze over or they want to tell us how they think we should be doing it, we just move on. Yeah. Because we don't have enough time or bandwidth to try to justify our existence to a bunch of people. Our job is to find people who we connect with and bring them on.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So finding the right people that sort of resonate and understand straight away what you're working on.
Absolutely.
And see the vision.
That's right, and the vision is pretty powerful. Our big focus right now is working in the opioid crisis in the U.S. We've launched this campaign called FIND, Full Energy No Drugs. We've partnered with a major music tour in the U.S. called the Vans Warped Tour. That's one of our big partners now. Longest running music festival in American history. Launched careers of bands like Blink-182 and Green Day, Gwen Stefani and No Doubt, Katy Perry, all got their start on the Vans Warped Tour. And they go to 38 cities around the U.S., and we're taking FIND on our app to the concert, and we're enrolling kids at the concert each site, and we're bringing them on board, and they're learning about opioids, they're learning about the dangers of prescription medication. So, and as they learn, they earn points, and they can cash those in for free concert tickets or free gear or whatever. And so that's how we tend to work, is bring on the right partners, and as I said before, and it makes a huge difference.
Awesome. So just to finalize this, what would be the one key takeaway of advice from your journey that you'd like to share with someone who's trying to go global?
Yeah, I think, the big thing is you got to just go and do it. And you know what? You're gonna screw up. You're going to fail, you're going to lose your money, and if you're an entrepreneur, then you're going to get back up and you're going to do it again. Don't be afraid of the failure. I remember with Typify, my first tech company, we hit the wall. I think the story goes we were waiting on probably $1 million to come in on a line of credit. It was supposed to be on a Thursday afternoon. It didn't come, and the investor backed out. On Friday, I had to fire 25 people in the company and let them go. Yeah. And it was horrible. And I remember one of the people from the local university came up and was just like, oh, I'm sorry that's happened. And I'm kind of like, well, of course it happened. And we learned from that. We never did the same mistakes again. Yeah. But we weren't dead. We just had to rebirth ourselves, and that was really important. And then, of course, when we came back, and I think 2 years ago, Typify won the Global Export Award for Australia. So, we always come back bigger and stronger. But so keep at it, give it a go. Don't be afraid of failure, and just get in and do it. That would be my advice.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us,
Steve.
Macca. And keep watching for more awesome live interviews coming all week at facebook.com/Beach City Life, and follow us on YouTube at Beach City. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Thanks, mate.
Awesome.
Was that good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.